Peace here, Test Your Greatness podcast. So, I was doing a video the other day, talking about that I'm independent. I don't necessarily like the controversial or any other types of media or podcasting. I'm not really into it. I'm more into social impact and different things like that, as I've been doing, being from a neighborhood where we was basically set up to fail. A lot of people went under, a lot of parents went under, a lot of fathers went under, and different things like that. But you get through it and you evolve and you try to be an asset, to those who didn't really have an opportunity for generations to come. So, as I'm an independent voter, and I was purposely and intentionally, I wanted to make sure that as we try to bring people together, work together for the future of our children, when you see an opportunity for a female to become president, such as Hillary had the opportunity with the Clinton family, and now Ms. Harris, VP Harris, has an opportunity. So you got to respect that, right? You got to acknowledge it. It's a beautiful thing. It's literally a beautiful thing. I'm just so proud to see. Now, keep in mind, we have not had a black on black president from the perspective. This is not taken away from anybody, but we have not had a black on black president with black on black slave blood. We have not had that, which is at this point I feel like time will answer a lot of different questions and heal wounds and create opportunities. So I don't necessarily think we're in a rush, to do different things, but at the same time, it's just so beautiful to see. And the reason I mentioned we have not had a black on black president was because it's just facts. We have not had a fully 100% black blooded president, which is okay. I think we got to start understanding that as humans, we did not create us. Somebody else created us. So we're able to have different ethnicities and cultures engage and have children mixed. So it's perfectly fine to have it's perfectly fine to have a mixed leader or a mixed president or a mixed boss. Now, backing up a little bit, as I said, I was an independent, and I knew this was going to happen because this has happened a lot, and this is really one of the things growing up in our neighborhoods where we were fearful to think out the box and think for ourselves because everyone kept thinking for us, and we're under the scrutiny of, in our neighborhoods back in the days, of corrupt officers coming through, and we just don't know what to do, right? You never know when you're going to get in trouble or when somebody's going to come and do something wrong to you. This is the reality that I grew up in. So from that perspective, for me to be open-minded should be commended. For me to be open-minded should be commended. I have every reason to be bitter. And in cases I'm not perfect. Sometimes I am. But at the same time, I feel like for someone to say that they're an independent voter and to say they're open to meeting both sides, right, left, and then for someone to say, I have to mention this because I don't want people to be fearful of being themselves. I would never have said anything if it wasn't a message attached, but how does that make me just on the side of the rich and on the side of a Republican? I just want people to understand that don't be fearful of whatever choice you pick. If you want to mention what party you're a part of, that's fine. I'm an independent. I like it. I'm happy. I also support, what's happening, and I also want to be an asset to people that don't really understand each other. As we know, there are people out there that just will not listen. It's just facts, and it's I think we have an opportunity right now to do something special. as a people. I think we got a chance to do something special that we've never seen before. And I think we need to keep that momentum going. You know, we need to keep that momentum going so we could do something special as a collective. You know, so yes, I'm an independent. I'm super proud. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm not proud of seeing the VP Harris sign, you know, her candidacy papers. It's incredible. It just brings a smile to my face, but I'm independent. I'm independent. I'm a proud independent. I'm happy. Like, why can't you be happy for someone else? You know, and it's okay. You know, we've been through so much on both sides, and I don't necessarily want to bring it all back. But we've been through so much on both sides, from Democrats and Republicans, right? So now is our time to think freely, and why stop now? You know, we want to think freely. You got to understand from our perspective, and I'm not speaking for all black people, because some people do not want to be spoken for. So I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm just speaking from a perspective. You know, when you look at what we've been through, you know, it was really hard getting out of all these laws that kept great people, you know, locked in. Like, it was a lot of great people in shackles, a lot of great minds in shackles, you know. And now, you take those metal shackles off, that, you know, you're going to get some of the upper echelon best of the best. You're getting the best of the best. You're getting the best of the best, the A game, every day, naturally. And that should be commended. And we're getting other ethnicities and cultures A game too, as we can see in the world. Even though we had a foot start, not a head start, a bottom of the foot start. And now we're getting a knee start. You know, but when you look at the world of sports, it's like global, is growing. And one of the things that I don't want is to be held back anymore. You know, even when you look at certain things that's happening, you know, even in sports, you know, you can have as many foreigners as you want play sports in America, but you cannot do that in a foreign country. Well, that's not fair, right? I love sports, and I also love, you know, having the opportunity to bring people together. Yeah, I'm not going to be a yes person. If you want me to be a yes person, just put it in the comments. Metta, just be a yes person. But I'm not, right? And that's why, you know, people do have, it is hard to read me when I'm working with people and doing different things, because I don't necessarily agree with what you're thinking or saying. I listen, I have an opinion, but, you know, just because, you know, I'm going down a different path, it doesn't mean that I'm just going to agree with you. You know, even my friends, you know, that's doing different things in politics, I don't sit at the table and just agree, which makes it awkward sometimes. But that's the beauty of life. Like, we all have the opportunity to add value, to be an asset, to give our opinion. You do not have to be forced. You know, you should not feel forced. And you know how sometimes people dangle different things over people's heads and make them feel guilty, and you have to do this, you have to do that, or I won't work with you, right? I'm not going to work with you. You're not going to get the opportunity. And sometimes we know this happens. We need to remove that culture. You have to remove that. Oh, if I don't do this, you're not going to do that. Right? So I know we're still in a game. It's not even a game. It's actually just too much strategy going on and playing with people's opportunities. Right? So, you know, from that perspective, I'm really happy that I'm an independent. And I'm not going to take it personal that somebody said, oh, they bypassed the fact that I said I'm independent, and then they say, oh, you're a Republican. Like, okay, so if someone's a Republican, well, what do you want me to do? Right? I grew up here in America, and guess what? There are Republicans here in America, and they're also Democrats, and they're also independents. Okay, so trying to make me feel like I'm not from the hardcore streets, you know, because I'm an independent. Now you're trying to say, now people will try to say I'm not from the hardcore streets. I'm not going to prove that I am from the hardcore streets, right? What I'm doing is showing that you can think freely and you can still have impact on people's lives no matter what party they are with. You're right. That's how we gotta move on. We can still have impact on people in the future, no matter who they are, no matter what the skin color is. And that's where we gotta get to. Well, that's where I think that we should get to. You know, even though we all make mistakes, we all have flaws. This is not law what I'm saying. I'm just giving an opinion and perspective, to continue to add value, to our community, and to continue to add value, right, to the future. Because it's not always about us. Like, yeah, sometimes we have our moments where it's about us. So when you got so many people saying it's about you, you get, oh wow, it really is about me. But sometimes you take a step back and you realize it's not. It's about just adding value, being an asset to positive things that's happening right now, right? So anyway, I just wanted to say that, don't feel like when you say what you are, and when people judging you and throwing all types of stuff your way, don't feel like you got to backpedal. I feel like that's the time to keep your foot on the gas. And I just want to wish everybody good luck, honestly. It's a great time. We got an opportunity to do something special. I'm wishing everybody good luck. Independents, obviously, because I'm independent. Democrats and Republicans, I'm hoping you can work together and work it out. That would be incredible to see in your lifetime, where it's like, oh wow, we've really worked it out. We're not trying to keep people down. We're not trying to keep people out. Some people is trying to keep people down, and some people is trying to keep people out. If it's not done your way, if it's not done my way, you can't play. I'm just hoping that y'all come, everybody come to a really incredible outcome and solution. And like I said, good luck to everyone. Metta World Peace, we out.